Excellent sound. Great fitting for my boat. Many thanks. From Japan. This radio was a perfect match for my 77 CJ5-. Had to cut a new 3 inches hole where the tachometer would normally go, but worked out great and is waterproof. It's also round and fits in with the look of the rest of the dash. There's also subwoofer for pre-outs if I ever want to run an amp and sub. And it's Bluetooth. Kept an eye on this one and scooped up one cheap, under $50 off an Amazon warehouse deal. It showed up missing some things, like the mounting bracket, but that was easy to make out of some scrap sheet metal I had laying around. Also think one of the front channels is blown, but I'm not trying to run a bunch of speakers here. Also picked up the Boss Audio MGR350 Universal USB/3. 5mm 6-foot-long auxiliary interface mount and cable. www.amazon.com/Boss Audio MGR350 Universal Auxiliary/DP/B/OID/Pd_XG_107_MG2 encoding equals UTF-8 and PD_ROAD_I equals BOID and PD_ROAD_R equals H816 J8 edge off and PD_ROAD_W equals JIC9 and PD_ROAD_WG equals FETS and PSC equals 1 and refreed equals. I'll probably pick up another for my boat this summer since this little gem worked so well in the Jeep. Made an on-the-go radio for the family. Holding up extremely well with the kids pushing buttons pretty rigorously. This unit has been installed in my 17 inches open center console for about 5 weeks with no issues. It's been rain on and sprayed with a garden hose numerous times without fogging. Installation was effortless using the existing speedometer opening, although wiring for my boat, which spends much of its time with the ignition off, required a separate switch for the ignition lead. It has logged about 20 hours of high volume output and performed flawlessly. BT pairing is simple and range is not an issue on my small boat. I've never been a fan of powering speakers from a head unit as some reviewers have done, relying instead on a stereo amplifier to drive two 6.5 inches speakers. I think 60x4 is a bit optimistic for a unit of this size and price, and is likely the cause for the heat problem some have suffered. For a head unit well under $100, it has exceeded my expectations and looks right at home next to my analog tachometer. Very good product, just what I wanted. Sound is very good. Top. Bluetooth is super. Radio works well. I installed it in our 2005 Caldera Elation hot tub. AC to DC converter off the board and works great. Works perfect for my Emokin boombox build. I'm pleasantly surprised with the quality, sound and overall working features of this radio. I wired it temporarily to some pokes I had and they sound as good as they ever had. For the money, features, Bluetooth and USB playback. I couldn't be happier. And a 3 years warranty, really. Time will tell, but I'd buy again and recommend this to anyone for a UTV or a marine application. I have this unit mounted in the wooden console of my Boston Whaler 13 Sport. Installation was very easy as all that was required was a 3-inch hole saw. Instructions are easy to follow and the controls on the unit are fairly straightforward. Bluetooth pairing was a snap and works very well. The FM reception is excellent, but note that an AM/FM antenna is not included, so one needs to be purchased. I did notice the radio gets warm after being on for over 30 minutes, but that doesn't seem to be an issue, yet. The power drain on my battery is minimal at lower to mid volume, so my motor should have no issue keeping the battery charged while listening to music. This head unit is powering 4 Boss Audio MGR350B speakers, and I am very pleased with the overall sound quality given the entire cost of the system. For my little 13-wheeler, this setup is perfect. I've only given this 4 stars as I don't know how well it will hold up in the marine, freshwater environment. I will update this review if needed. Easy to install, great look for my 2017 Kawasaki Teryx 4. Initially was worried about the length of the mounting bolts being too close to the air intake in the dash. They do rub right on the box itself, but grind them down about ½ inch or so and you are good. Installed perfectly in the factory position. Easy to navigate through options, and pretty easy to pair Bluetooth to my phone. My only gripe would be that there is moisture behind the faceplate. It only shows up after the engine is hot. Teryx runs a little hotter than most, so assuming it is moisture off of the engine. Click link in description for more reviews.